Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Heroic 3D Arts Gaming. Hope you're doing really well. Today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Planet Zoo on Theme Park Thursday at Dragon's Heart Zoo. Uh, Unfortunately, I forgot to record myself making the pig pen and the chicken pen. Um, but if you would like me to I don't know, maybe rebuild them in Sandbox or something like that, show you my process of making them. Please please feel free to leave a comment below, and I will get on to that. And yeah, by here I'm building setting up the staff facilities so they can do what is needed to be done for the animals. I know I said in the last episode I want to make the series a little bit more creative, but with the farm area, as you can see, I've gone with square enclosures again. But that's not, that's not going to be the whole theme of the park. It's just for the farm area. You know, beyond the farm area, I'm going to be having enclosures for the lynx, uh, the both species of deer, and just things like that. Like this is going to be the whole European uh, setup. And then another entrance of the zoo. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but that will lead to another section, like another national themed area. What I was thinking is maybe doing a theme of, because it's castle, it's based on Britain, or well, Wales really, which is a part of Britain. Maybe doing a thing of countries or regions or continents under British territory, or that has been under British territory. So, say for instance, uh, Australia would be the Oceanic Pack. Um, Asia, because of India. I believe India is still part of the British Empire. I'm not so sure about Africa, but I know it's part of um, British history with the Zulu wars and stuff. So it will be something I will add, or I could add. Depends on how well this game holds up to when it gets to the point of more animals to it. I will make more zoos as well with that kind of theme going on. So, like, I guess you could say I would have some animals that are from certain regions. So, say, like, I don't know, for instance, I would have tigers and red pandas and things like that for Asia in this zoo. But then in the Indian themed zoo or Asian themed zoo, I would have the tigers, the red pandas, the Indian elephants, Indian rhinos. You know that. You know, working it around that, it'd be more expanded, or like oceanic. It's, in my opinion, it's quite a small pack. The oceanic. There's really not a lot of animals in this game that would fill out a Australian pack or that kind of area. You got America. I mean, th- that would be massive because I would do North America and Canada. So you'd have the moose, the polar bears. I think polar bears are in Canada. I could be completely wrong, but it'd be that kind of thing. Then moving down to North America, alligators, mountain lions, and things like that. And then again, moving down further to South America. I haven't got the South America pack yet, but I do hope there's one species in there. I haven't looked at it or anything like that, so I don't know what is in the pack. Please don't spoil it for me either. I would rather, go ahead and buy the pack and look at it for myself. But yeah, the one species that I do hope that it's got is the green anaconda. They've already got the yellow anaconda in there, so you might as well add the green one. So yeah, by here I'm building the alpine goat enclosure. I actually really like these wooden fences. They're the rustic wooden fence. And the reason why I like them so much is because you place one down, and then you place you just move the next one then to the edge of that first one, and it just automatically clips. It's really nice. You don't have to line it up. You don't have to hit X to use the little axis thing. I don't know what you call it. Let me know in the comments what you call it because it's gonna bug me. um, but here now every enclosure I've seen with goats, there's always been a stack of tires with a bit of wood going over it so that they can climb onto it. So yeah, this is what I went with by here. Like it's nothing too fancy, but then again, it's nothing too fancy whenever I've seen it. So that's why I'm just replicating. And now we're just moving on to making the hard shelter. And uh, yeah, just trying to, I didn't particularly like using the vertical wood um, construction pieces, but I really couldn't find anything else that I liked. By here, I'm just adding in the cleaning facilities so that guests can go into the enclosure and interact with the animals. I wish there was a special system for this because as you saw in previous videos, and if you play Planet Zoo, you've experienced it yourself. You set up a enclosure that's interactive with animals, and all the animals get stressed. I wish there was a system that when you turn it into an interactive enclosure, they don't get stressed. Because the continuous red notifications gets a little bit too much. So now I'm moving on to making the American standard donkey enclosure. And again, we're going with the rustic wooden fence. Do you see how it just clips? I know the video is sped up, but you can see it. Like, I'm not, trying to line it up. I'm not trying to move it around. It's just as simple as place, click, place, click. It saves so much time. Just putting down the null fence, one null barrier, so that our animals, well, so that the game knows that this is an enclosure. So, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out what look I would like for the hard shelter for the donkeys. And I went with the wooden slats. I like these track arches a lot. I don't know if I'm the only one, but they're really nice. They kind of finish off an arch or for something going through it, whether it's a track or it's an animal. So again, by here we're just filling out the necessary things like enrichment items, food, and stuff like that. This is where the Highland cattle enclosure will be. Yeah, at this point, I kind of got fed up of doing it square by square, and I just did it as you just saw it. But yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't just duplicate a fence but piece. But yeah, I made a mistake by there as well with the guest fence, guest gate, because by there I could not get the gate to connect to the path, which you will see later on. But I do end up fixing it without removing anything. Well, removing the path anyway. So there's the log hard shelter for the Highland cattle. Putting in the enrichment pieces. I do end up changing that middle piece of the path for a lake. And then by here, we're going to move on to the alpacas. I was going to add llamas, but I figured that could be part of the South American part. I could have, done this in a way that a lot of the animals were in the same enclosure. So, like, if I remember correctly, sheep, cows, and goats can all go into the same enclosure. But yeah, I chose to go against that. But the reason why I chose to go against that is because this way, if one particular animal is getting stressed because there's too many guests, I can, just delete the guest gate and, you know, I haven't stopped the guests from interacting with all of the animals, just the one animal. Now, with this hard shelter, you actually see a little bit of my creativity come through when I start doing the roof. Please don't ask me why I did it like this because I have no idea. Like these wall pieces, like I'm trying to resemble South America as closely as possible, but it's the roof. Like um, you can probably kind of see what I'm doing by here anyway. I just wanted a different style of roof on top. And there we go. Yeah, I'm not sure if I fully like this, but it's different. I just kind of closed my eyes and imagined what the roof would look like, and yeah, that's what it came out as. There wasn't any particular theme that I was trying to, show off or anything like that. It was just one of those things where it's like, you know what, I want to do it like this. So we're bringing in the null barrier. This is the only time I need to use the axis thingy. Is just lining up the little tiny bits of movement. Other than that, I really don't need to do anything with them. So now I'm putting in guest facilities like food, drink, information, souvenirs, and toilets.
We've gone with the same aesthetic as the staff facilities by here, with the European walls. Like here, I saw these different arches and things like that, so I was, just looking through them to see how they looked and things. They're quite nice, actually. Copied and pasted it over here. Now, I took that square out for a reason. I forgot what that reason was, and then put the square back. So now we're just setting up um, work zones, which I completely screwed up because all my vendors I had assigned to the castle, and yeah, instead of just trying to figure out who was who and everything like that, I just fired my whole um my whole vendors team, and I just replaced them one per kiosk. I will go ahead in off camera. I will add the extra one or two vendors for when they're going on break. But yeah, I completely messed that up. So now I'm putting in the animals. And there's one question I have, that why is it so hard to find a bull cattle? I was in this game yesterday for about 2, maybe 3 hours, waiting for this one male Highland cattle. There was tons of females. There was that, as you saw over there, there was that one male over there, and he was there for ages. But at 1,500 conservation credits, I'm not paying that. You are not. I'm not going to make those conservation credits back on the Highland cattle, so I'm not going to waste credits on a Highland cattle. If it was a tiger, a lion, a panda, or something like that, fair enough. Take my credits. But a Highland cattle, no. And I checked it over. This Highland cattle didn't have anything special about it. It was just a regular cattle. Um, but here, I was having a thing where that area was a jumping hazard for the goats, which was really weird. So I used the elephant grass to remove that idea. We're just painting the ground now and trying to get it to how they like it. And here we go, where I'm struggling to get this path to connect. So, yeah, you will see how I fix this, which was to remove the gate. Yeah, for some reason, this null barrier did not want to connect to the posts, and I could not figure it out why. So I just deleted the path on the inside of the enclosure, and I was still having problems. So I just deleted the gate completely, and the path, the null barrier around it, and then yeah, I was able to achieve what I was trying to achieve. But what I didn't want to do was buy all my female cows and then put them into the enclosure just for them to die when I finally get my hands on the male. Because I do want them to breed. I do want to make money out of them, or the odd 15 conservation credits. But I'm not paying 1,500 for a male cow. But so I did, eventually end up putting the Highland cattle in just so I could get the terrain right for them and everything like that. I did notice as well, I forgot to put the sheep in. I forgot to make the enclosure. So I think that's going to be the only two animals that's going to be mixed, which is the sheep and the cattle. So here goes the lake. Nothing too fancy, just something for them to drink. So, yeah, that's my farm area completed.
So here comes the guests. I have opened the zoo so that guests can come into the zoo. This is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching as much as I've enjoyed playing. And yeah, it's been really. I actually like this new revamped version of Dragon's Heart Zoo. But yeah, I've already added in the lights, street lights and benches and bins and things like that. But yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. If you do like the content that I'm posting, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and leave me some comments. It really helps me out. Um, it helps me know that you enjoy seeing this content. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be going through my analysis, seeing what people are enjoying, what people are not enjoying, what I'm getting more views on, what I'm getting less views on. I'm going to start cutting things out. Uh, Currently, Planet Zoo is one of the lowest. So, at this rate, it's going to be the one that goes. I don't know what would replace it. Maybe completely removing Theme Park Thursday and replacing it with something else. I don't know. But yeah, so if you like this content, if you like Planet Zoo content, please hit the like, the subscribe, and bell for notifications, and leave a comment below. And yeah, we'll see you in the next episode.